Hello, welcome to Granny's Story Time. We're going to read today Michael Rosen's Sticky Mr. McStickStick. And it's The Friend Who Helped Me Walk Again. Now, this is actually a biography or an autobiography of the journey that Michael Rosen went through to learn to walk again after something happened to him again. And it's a true story of hope, resilience, and recovery. Because we all need hope, resilience, and recovery sometimes. Let's read along. And by the way, this book I noticed is illustrated by Tony Ross, who is also the illustrator for David Walliams from The Ice Monster and many other books that I read. So Tony Ross, well done you. I was ill. I was so ill I couldn't get up. The next day, they came to my bedside again and said, "We're going to get you up." I gasped and I panted, and they put a frame in front of me, and they asked me to hold it. I did. I was still gasping and panting, and I held onto the frame. They said, "See if you can move the frame forwards." I did, just a tiny bit, and I gasped and I panted some more, and they put me back in bed. The next day, they said that I should see if I could get from the frame to the wheelchair. All three of them helped me. We did it. I liked the wheelchair. I wheeled around the room and around the corridors, maybe getting up to some mischief and some uh-ohs. I looked out the window. It was the first time I had seen outside for 2 months. I saw a man go into his house and I saw cars pass by. I saw a woman come out and water her flowers on her balcony. And they put me back to bed after that. The next day, they said, "We're going to the gym." The gym? First the frame, then a wheelchair, and now the gym. At the gym, they said they were going to teach me how to stand up by myself. They said, "Hands behind, nose over toes." And I did. The next day, they said they were going to teach me how to walk between parallel bars. Parallel bars are bars that go along and they don't ever meet. And they did. The next day, they said they were going to teach me to play football between the parallel bars. And we played with the balloon, kicking it to and fro. A few days later, they said I had to give up the frame. I had to use a stick. I was scared. I thought I would fall over. I called my stick Sticky McStickStick. I love Sticky McStickStick because he helped me walk. Move the right leg, stick down on the left. Move the left leg, stick down on the right. Move the left leg, move the right leg. Over and over again. Then they said to me that I had to learn how to climb the stairs. And I was gasping and panting all over again. The stairs were the hardest thing of all. But now I could walk about the corridor with Sticky McStickStick. Now just behind me there is a set of stairs. I wonder if he's climbed stairs like them. One day a man came and said that I was using the stick too much. I had to learn to walk without a stick. So I tried it. 1 step, then 2 steps, then 3 steps. I was afraid I would fall over, but I didn't. I thought I would try to walk from my bed to the toilet without Sticky McStickStick. Very, very slowly, I did. I did it. I was very proud that I had done it all by myself. I looked back at Sticky McStickStick by my bed. I felt that I had deserted him. Then one day they came to my bed and they said I was going home. I asked if I could take Sticky McStickStick with me. Yes, that was okay. And when I got home, there was my lovely family. Everyone watched to see if I could climb the stairs. They watched if I could go to the toilet by myself. I could. They watched to see if I could make a cup of tea. I could. Very resilient. Keeps on going, very persistent. Sticky McStickStick watched me too, but sometimes he played hide and seek. It was wonderful being home with my family. I practiced walking around my garden. I practiced walking to the shops. I did mini squats and stretches. I can climb the stairs without holding the banister, which is the handle going up the side of the stairs. I can make a cup of tea without leaning on the cupboards. I can walk to the park to meet with my son, his wife, and granddaughter. I can do all these things now. Sticky McStickStick sits in the back of the basket by the front door, just in case I need him. I often look at him on the way out, thinking of the time when he helped me learn to walk. And he reminds me of the kind of people who taught me all those things right from the very start, when I couldn't even stand up. And that is the end of the story. But I want to read the note from Michael Rosen, and it tells about the story, why he got sick and why he needed Mr. Sticky McStickStick. In March 2020, I became very ill with COVID. I got so ill that they had to put me to sleep for 40 days. That's a long time to do nothing. So it was so long that when I woke up, I found out that my arms and legs had stopped working. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't walk. And then bit by bit, the wonderful people in our hospitals taught me how to do these things. When I think about this, I think it's amazing. My best friend became my stick. I learned how to use the stick properly, and it helped me walk again until one day when I did not need it anymore. Maybe you've been ill, or maybe you know someone who's been ill. When we're ill, we change, don't we? And then we do what we can to get better. People help us. Maybe you're someone who has helped someone. Sometimes we get fed up and sad about things, and I find that writing helps me. It cheers me up, and sometimes reading about these things helps me too. I hope that this book will give you a chance to think and talk about trying to get better. Maybe you'll write about it too. And that is the end of the book by Michael Rosen, Sticky McStickStick. And he did show resilience and he did recover, and we're really glad that he did, and we're really grateful for the people who help us when we get in a bit of a bother with our health or when something goes wrong, because they help build us up and build resilience. Thank you for watching Granny's Storytime. I hope you've enjoyed this story, and I'll see you next time when we bring another story on Granny's Storytime YouTube channel. Thank you.